So what is given is 1 kg of ice is exposed to atmosphere. The initial temperature of ice was -5 degrees centigrade and the atmosphere was at 20 degrees centigrade. Now when the atmosphere is at 20 degrees centigrade and the ice is at -5 degrees centigrade, the ice would finally get converted to water and the water would come in thermal equilibrium with the atmosphere. It means that finally the ice which is getting converted to water would achieve the temperature of 20 degrees centigrade. The atmosphere's temperature, because it is a sink, is not going to change and it would remain 20 degrees centigrade. Now we are assuming that there is no heat loss whatsoever, and because we are interested in finding the entropy of the universe, we would be finding the entropy of the system, that is the ice, then the entropy of the atmosphere, and then finally the addition of the two, which would be the entropy of the universe. The given data is that you are given that the specific heat of ice is 2.1 and that of water is 4.2 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. The heat of fusion, that is the latent heat required for the ice to melt, is given as 333 kilojoules per kg. Now, how do you solve this kind of problems? So look at the method. First thing you need to understand that we need to know how much is the heat which is taken by the ice as it converts itself to water at 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, so we can break down that heating of the ice into three parts. I am calling it as Q1, Q2, and Q3. Wherein Q1 is the sensible heating of the ice. That is, when you have ice at -5, then it will reach 0 degrees centigrade first. So when it is sensibly heated, the heat transfer is calculated as mCp delta T. Mass of ice, specific heat of ice, and delta T is 0 of -5, that is +5. So mCp delta T would give us the value of Q1. Q2, that is when the ice reaches 0 degrees centigrade, and if you heat it further, the temperature would stop rising, but the ice would get converted into water, liquid water. Okay, so that is called as phase change or latent heating. So we need to know the latent heat of fusion, and you need to know the mass of ice. Latent heat of fusion is already given to you as 333. In the earlier expression, the Cp of water was 2.1. So here the Cp of ice was taken as 2.1. Mass of ice is taken as 1 kg, and this is mCp delta T to calculate Q1. And Q2, L is taken as 333, and mass of ice is 1 kg. Okay. So this gives us the heat required for phase transformation. Then the water which is at 0 degrees centigrade now, that water is again heated sensibly up to the ambient temperature, because finally what is expected is that water comes in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings, and the surrounding temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. So the water would experience a temperature rise up to 20 degrees centigrade. This is again a sensible heating. And when it is sensible heating, the heat transfer is calculated as mCp delta T. But in this case, the Cp would be that of water and not that of ice. Cp of ice, we had taken it as 2.1 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. That of water, we had taken it as 4.2 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. The mass of ice would remain as the same as mass of water, because there is no mass loss. There is simply a transformation of ice into water. So mass balance holds good. So the total heat which is taken in by the ice from the surroundings would be, let us call it as Q, and that would be the summation of Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. And you know that this total heat transferred, it has come from the surroundings. Where has this heat come from? It has come from the surroundings. So when it has come from the surroundings, that heat is the heat which is lost by the surroundings. Okay. So heat is lost from the surrounding is the heat gained by the ice as it gets converted to water. So now if you want to calculate the entropy change, okay, if you want to calculate the entropy change of the surroundings, right? So the entropy change of the surrounding would be integral of del Q by T. And this integral of del Q by T, because the T is constant for the surrounding, you can take T outside the integral and when you take T outside the integral, it becomes Q by T. Okay, so the expression for entropy change of the surrounding would be Q by T, but it would be minus Q. Why it is minus Q? The reason is because heat is lost by the surrounding. So it is minus Q by T. So whatever Q you calculate in the earlier case, that is Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, that is Q, and that Q upon T, which is the ambient temperature, and that is given as 20 degrees centigrade. Note that this 20 has to be converted into Kelvin. So 20 plus 273 would come in the denominator, and Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 would come in the numerator. That gives us the entropy change of the surrounding. It would be negative. We need to put negative sign over here. Okay. And the entropy change of the system, that is the ice, would be the summation of entropy change when there is a sensible heating of ice, plus the entropy change when there is a melting of ice, and plus the entropy change when there is a sensible heating of water from 0 to 20 degrees centigrade. Now, whenever there is a sensible heating involved, the change of temperature involved, this integral of del Q by T can be shown to be mCp ln T final upon T initial, whatever is the final temperature and whatever was the initial temperature. So mCp ln T final upon T initial would help us calculate the entropy change of ice during sensible heating of ice. And now, what is final temperature in case of ice getting heated to ice at 0 degrees centigrade? So it would be finally zeros. That is 0 plus 273 would be T final, and minus 5 plus 273 would be T initial. And M is known, Cp of ice is known 2.1, and that gives us the entropy change of ice during sensible heating. Phase change calculation of entropy change is very simple. I told you that latent heat upon temperature. Latent heat is given as 333 and temperature is 0 plus 273. Right, that gives us the entropy change during the melting of ice. And when that ice, which is now melted and it has converted to water, it finally comes in thermal equilibrium with the surrounding, which is at 20 degrees centigrade. So we need to consider sensible heating of water. And because it is sensible heating, the entropy changes mCp ln T final by T initial. Here in this case, T final would be 20 plus 273 and initial temperature would be 0 plus 273. Okay, so this way one can calculate the entropy change also. And once you calculate those, you can, I will show you that calculations on whiteboard. Once you calculate those, you would get finally the answer as the entropy change of the system plus entropy change of the surrounding, and that entropy change of the system and surrounding finally helps us to calculate the entropy change of the universe. So if the method is clear, now I'll just put down the values here. Okay, so let me put down the values. So first, as I said, we'll have to calculate Q1, which is MW, CPW, and delta T. Sorry, this is not MW, this is MIs. So let me just erase this. Okay. So this is MIs, CPIs into delta T, and MIs is taken as 1 kg. Cp of ice is 2.1 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, and delta T is 5 plus 5. Okay, so it is 0 minus of minus 5, which gives you plus 5. Okay, so this is plus 5 ultimately. So this gives you 10.5 kilojoules per Kelvin, kilojoules. Okay, kilojoules of heat transfer. Because ice is 1 kg, you can write 1 kg of per kg of ice also, doesn't matter. Q2 is very simple. It is mass of ice into the latent heat of fusion. So it is 1 into 333, which becomes 333 kilojoules. Okay, and Q3, as we said, is M of water, Cp of water into delta T. M of water is 1, Cp of water is 4.2, and delta T is 20 minus 0. That is, this comes as some 8.4, 84. 84 kilojoules. Okay, so this way you can calculate the things. Okay, so the summation of Q, which is the heat which is gained by the water or ice as it gets converted to water, that is 10.5 plus 333 plus 84. Okay, and that Q which is gained by the ice, as it transforms to water, is equal to the heat which is lost by the surrounding, okay, and that helps you calculate the entropy change finally of the surrounding. Okay, so the entropy change of the surrounding then would be, if you add this up, this addition, you can do the addition on your own, and then you can find the entropy change of the surroundings. So entropy change of the surrounding would be this. This will be minus of this, minus of whatever addition you get, plus 333 plus 84 upon the temperature of the surrounding, which is 20 plus 273. Okay. So this way you do the calculation for entropy change of the surroundings, right? Now entropy change of the system, that is entropy change of the system, which is ice, as I said, would be the summation of entropy change of ice from -5 to 0 plus entropy change of ice as it melts at 0 plus entropy change of water as it heats from 0 degree centigrade to 20 degree centigrade. Okay, and how do you calculate that? As I said, this ice entropy change we calculated as m of ice, Cp of ice, and ln T2 by T1. T2 is T final by T1, so T final is 0 plus 273, and T initial is -5 plus 273. Okay, this gives us the entropy change of ice. Similarly, during the sensible heating, and during melting the entropy change, is very simple. It is straight away L by T. So it is 333 upon 0 plus 273. That gives us the entropy change during melting, and then entropy change of water during sensible heating, that is m of water, Cp of water, and ln log to the base E, final temperature, that is 20 plus 273. Always remember to convert that Celsius to Kelvin upon 0 plus 273. So this way, if you do and you add that, you would get the answers for the entropy change. Okay, so we need to calculate the entropy change of ice, of water, and finally that of water. Okay, ice, melting, and then of water. Okay, add the three, you would get the entropy change of the surroundings. And finally, when you get the entropy change of the surroundings, I will put the answers directly now here. Let me put down the answers here. So the entropy change, in this case, I have the answer as, and you can cross check that, it would be approximately 0.039, okay, kilojoule per Kelvin approximately. This would be approximately 1.2 kilojoule per Kelvin, and this would be approximately around 0.296. 0.296. Okay, you do your own calculations and accordingly see what you are getting. Okay, so that, and the final temperature which I have here is this addition of the three is around 427. Okay, kilojoules approximately upon 0.5 something, right? So this is 427, and then the entropy change of the universe, this value is something 1.46, something like that. Okay, this value is minus, it was minus, okay, minus 1.46. And why it is minus? It is minus because heat is lost by the surrounding. And then finally, because we are interested in knowing what is the entropy change of the universe, So entropy change of the universe is entropy change of the surroundings plus entropy change of the system, which is ice water system. Okay, this is ice water system. And the surrounding, we said it is negative value. So it is around minus 1.46 or whatever you get, you just write down. And this would be around 1.56. Okay, 56, something like this. So this is closer to 0.1 something, or to be more exact, it is something 0.09 something. Okay. So this is the entropy change of the universe. And why this is positive? This is positive. The reason is because the process is irreversible. Okay, process is irreversible. So this way, this is a very interesting problem. It helps you quantify how much is the irreversibility. And as I said, that the main central point of entropy is that we should be clear that all this entropy business, okay, this calculations essentially has a relevance in seeing to it that we are in a way quantifying the irreversibility. Okay, so if we had got this value as 0, then we would have straightaway said that the process is reversible. If we had got this value as negative, we would have said that the process is impossible. And because we have got this entropy change of the universe as positive, we would say that this process is an irreversible process.